Hi! Hi! I had to record this video out in my kitchen, which means I had to use my laptop and a webcam instead of my regular setup here in the studio. That means most of the video footage sucks. I fucked up. I fucked up the video. I think most of it came out okay, but if you're looking at something and you're like, wow, that sucks. I know it sucks. But we're all gonna be real brave for the next 10 minutes, and we're gonna do better next time. Thanks. I was really busy this week, and I'm super behind on everything because we had a convention this weekend, which went really well, but I haven't had time to record any extra art for YouTube. So we're packing shop orders for the video this week. I don't really have like a setup that's suited to this. This is my kitchen table, and I'm not sure how frequently I'll be doing this, so I didn't want to like invest in new equipment or anything crazy to do this, but if you guys are into it, I could maybe come up with a setup where the cat doesn't leap up onto the table. Come on. It does mention on the shop site that the merch comes from a home with cats. They usually aren't quite this hands-on though. Okay, so I'm going to just pack the way that I usually do and see how it turns out. I might have to fiddle with the audio later. I don't know if this is going to be pleasant to listen to or abrasive, so let's find out. Okay, let's do the book order first. I have two orders here. Someone ordered some posters, and someone ordered one of the 2 volume 4s that I currently have. I'm working on it, okay? So I've already signed the packing slip, which is in this little extras bag, so that you guys can't see who ordered it. And then everybody that gets a book gets one of these. They're getting new. Just in the bag. Everybody gets 2 business cards, one for them to keep and one for them to give away, ideally, or replace the one that they lost, because everybody loses business cards. And then I used to give out random, like a button or a sticker, or if I get a lot of repeat customers, so I would sometimes like, oh, they like Agatha, so I'd throw in an Agatha sticker, but that became a problem over time because I think I ended up giving people like the stuff that they already had. I would end up getting the order packed quickly and then have to spend an extra 20 minutes trying to figure out what to send as an extra thing. These are new too, the little thank you stickers. I make all my own stickers for my packaging, so I can do pretty much whatever I want. But people were getting confused that I was sending them, little bonus stickers and stuff, which is very kind of them. People were like, oh, no, you sent me something extra and I didn't pay for it and I want to give you money and I don't want to hurt your business. And it was very kind, but I really didn't want it to be like a big deal. I didn't want it to concern people. So I've started putting a big thank you on the bag, the packing slip and the stickers and all of the stuff comes in. So maybe people won't be so concerned. These special editions I've already signed because I only ordered enough to fill pre-orders. The 2 that are in the shop are unclaimed patron rewards. It's been several months now, so sorry. Other people are waiting for these, so unfortunate. I don't have any more library cards, but I do have the little Polaroids that came with it, so get to put one of those in. And then the bookmark. And that's that. Now we gotta wrap it. I used to wrap all of my books in plastic, but first of all, it was a lot of plastic, which I don't love. And I think the paper looks nice. It matches the aesthetic that I like, the like old-fashioned mail sort of thing. The paper is also usually recycled from other online orders that I get, so it works out pretty well. Then we're gonna get some string. The string that everybody likes. It's very cute. People send me pictures of the string that they saved. This is probably going to be loud, so I'm not going to say much while I'm recording it, just in case the recording doesn't come out. Cool, that came out pretty good. I am still guessing at the length of string that I need for any particular book, which is probably not very impressive since I've wrapped hundreds of these. Then we tuck their little paperwork packet into the string, and that's everything for the inside of the package. Now we get it in the envelope, which is the most painful part of the process, and which I will not be filming. Okay, now we decorate the outside of the envelope. I used to use washi tape for this part. I had like a semi-transparent little rope washi pattern that I found on some stationery store, and they quit making it. I really hate outsourcing basically anything that I do. I have outlasted a lot of businesses, and it's really annoying when I find something that works and then it doesn't work anymore. I wasn't sure that the Postal Service would let me put string on the outside of the packaging. You can't have anything on the outside of a package that could get caught in the sorting machine, so I figured if I put tape over it, then maybe they would let me do it. And so far, I have not had any angry postal workers. So far, we're good on the string. I try to be mindful about that with anything that I put on the outside of the package, like stickers or the shipping label itself. They get treated pretty roughly out there in the system, so I try to make sure that they are as secure as possible so that nothing inconveniences the Postal Service or the customers. God, this angle is ridiculous. It looks like I have giant arms. I have like giant cartoon arms. I did not start this channel with the intention of having myself, my physical form featured upon it. I did read that that's like good for ratings though, because there are so many AI channels now that showing a human being on camera speaking is like a good way to indicate that you are a real human being making posts, but I'm not really that worried about this channel doing anything. I don't think my real face and body are as interesting as the art. We're just getting hands for now. Alright, the book order is ready to go. So this order has some posters in it. I do not sell posters very frequently because the shipping is really expensive, but I did realize recently that it is cheaper to ship them in a box than in a shipping tube, so that's helped a little bit, I think. Building the box is another thing that I never get good at, no matter how many orders I do. It is never not awkward. I've ripped so many boxes. Oh, and here's the Bramblin that they ordered, one of my new Pokemon cards that I think are so cute. It's a puzzle that you have to figure out once you start adding more merchandise. You can figure out how to ship things individually, right? But then trying to figure out how do I deal with it when someone wants to order 4 volumes. I have a box that will hold 4 manga-sized volumes. If they order 4 volumes and then a special, which is a different size, I have to figure out how to get all of those in one box, or else I'm going to lose money and they're going to be inconvenienced by having to wait for half of their order to come in. Running a shop is just an exercise in weird little problems that you don't think about until they are in front of you. They ordered an Agatha poster and the postcard image that I did this last time. We get them all nice and lined up, and then they go in a piece of plastic that I have not found a replacement for yet. Try not to bend the edges, and I usually like to tuck in the end. So there's that. It doesn't really need a lot of padding because the boxes are crush proof, so they should keep anything from getting crushed, but I like to put some in there anyway, just so it looks a little bit nicer and so that I am not stressing about it getting rattled around during the shipping. Gosh, this is a very easy... Yeah, Kosh. This is a very easy packing day for me. Usually, it is not this organized. I don't usually have the table cleared off like this, or all of my items nice and laid out for me. Just didn't think it would be very interesting to watch me make 80 trips back and forth between the kitchen and the studio, and also the studio is a nightmare. I'm not an organized person. The box gets string too. Boxes are harder to get the back side to stay where I put it. I fret too much over these things anyway. They always get messed up during transit, or I put the tape on wrong and it gets all muddied up anyway, but you gotta make an effort. And then we tape it down. Yep, all that stress about getting it perfectly straight. So it goes. Boxes don't usually need as much tape as envelopes do, the labels, but I like putting them on there anyway because I will stress about it. I've been running the shop for years and years now and sent out hundreds of orders, and I never stop stressing about things getting delivered. And there we go. That is a couple of finished orders. If you guys are into watching this sort of thing, I could try to do higher quality stuff next time when I'm not in a rush trying to catch up on work. Just let me know. And thanks for watching.